Welcome everybody to the freshest edition of the 2022 Ifl Player Rankings. This is just a disclaimer, these rankings are based off of what we last seen from the players, so the recent 2v2 finals will play a big role in these rankings. Also, I try my darndest to be as least biased as possible, but I'm excited to bring these to you, so I'll waste no more time with the introduction. Starting off at number 4, we have Mr. Sam Dingman. Now this was a tough ranking to make because I know Sam is much more capable of what we saw in the finals, but I also feel it'd be unfair to put him higher based on capability. Sam was fresh off of a multitude of injuries that kept him sidelined for almost an entire year, so it was understandable when he kind of lacked aggression and was visibly shaky and rusty. He did show very few flashes of being healthy, but still, everybody knew that we were not seeing the best version of Sam. Now this is not a sad story because I think a full and healthy offseason to train will serve Sam well. And based on what I know, Sam will be determined and will definitely be working his way up on the rankings this upcoming season. Next at number 3, this was the hardest decision, but for number 3 I'm putting Joshua Fine. Yeah, I've read the stats. 70.6 points per game in the finals was nothing to sneeze at. But also going off what I saw, he was not the same player we saw earlier in the regular season. Going from 39 points, 23 rebounds, nearly 50% from the field, and a clear MVP favorite in the first 4 games of the regular season, to missing usually easy shots and passes, dumb turnovers, and dropping to 41% from the field in the finals. You can argue that Josh was forced to play hero ball to compensate for Sam's shortcomings, but I still think he should have stuck to how he played best by being quick and efficient in the post, rather than mixing that with other things like playing facilitator, taking jump shots, and playing unusually passive and soft on defense. And before you get mad at me for saying soft, I don't mean weak defense. I mean playing a bit lazier and not being aggressive and guarding up on players more, which is one of Josh's greatest strengths as a player. So to improve, I think watching film and cleaning up some decision making would make him better going into next season. Coming in at number 2, I have Mr. Andrew Koenig. In the finals, Drew greatly impressed me with his play on both sides of the ball and doing so efficiently. Now you might be thinking, if he was a great two-way player and was also efficient while doing so, what is keeping me from putting him number 1? The answer for me is versatility and taking over games. He went on a few short runs in some quarters, but he didn't seem to take over games in quarters like William did with his tough shots sometimes. Oh my God! And on the versatility claim, despite a dud in Game 3 going 5 for 23, he wildly improved on overall field goal percentage in the finals. But you also have to look at the fact that Drew dropped from the league-leading 32% from 3 in the regular season to just 21% from 3 in the finals. He also did not look the most comfortable when shooting from mid-range. The upside from this is that he looked insanely clean and poised when driving to the basket or posting up. So again, maybe looking at some film and seeing what worked well in the finals could maybe help propel Drew into the number 1 spot next season. And finally, at number 1, we got William Quinlan. William was pretty good, to say the least. He had a great offensive showing in every single game of the finals and was good defensively in every single game except Game 4, and was mostly locking everything down in Game 5. The stats speak for themselves. On a per-game basis in the finals, he had 58 points, 25 rebounds, and almost 9 assists, along with a casual 5 blocks and 3 steals per game. He wasn't exactly shot-chucking either, putting up 42% from the field, which is pretty good for IFL standards, and nearly 40% from 3. The numbers show his impact on the court. However, him being in number 1 does not exactly mean he was perfect though. He had a tendency to play cocky and try flashy passes when time and time again he just failed miserably, which didn't mean much for the final result of the finals, but is a bad habit in the making. He also showed a short temper, pushing and shoving when down big in Game 4. And even while winning 4-1, he didn't ever really seem on the same page with his teammate.
What is that? Why are you shooting that?
Though it usually is an issue, inefficiency wasn't really an issue in the finals, improving by almost 10% from the field in the finals. But 41% from the field will not fix bad intangibles, which is Williams' task for next season. This is the end of the rankings. You can go home now.